Hello everybody, welcome. This is Mark from Harley Racing, Riding and Repair, and this video is going to be on how to replace the front rubber motor mount on a 2007 Sportster. This is a Sportster 1200R, and I imagine this would be applicable from the rubber mounteds which started in 2004 probably up through, well, I'm not sure if they're still doing it in 2020 now or not, but I bought a couple of front motor mounts. I use the drag specialty ones I've got here, and I'm going to try to replace them. They're down underneath, they're hard to see. I've already taken off the front pipe of the bike and unhooked the CO2 sensor, and there's a plate down here that covers the, it's got an electrical clamp like for the electrical pieces there that I'm going to undo. I am undoing some of the two top mounts that have the arms. I'm going to undo those, or I've loosened the bolts already, and I'm going to take this top cover off that covers the coil and some of the electrical stuff so I can jack the motor up. They say to leave the bike on the stand, which I'm going to try to do, and put a jack under it. I got a floor jack here, and I'm going to try to use to jack the motor up, so then you can slip the rubber mounts out. They're in there. There's one of them right there. Got to take that bolt out. So I'm going to have this be like a time-lapse video. I'm going to marry some videos together, so stay with me and I'll try to bring you through the process. Okay everybody, clip 2 of removing the front rubber motor mounts on this 2007 rubber mounted Sportster. I undid some of the wiring there and loosened up that nut. It's a 1-inch nut. You have to have a 1-inch socket on both sides. I loosened it up on this side, started pulling it out, loosened up the electrical cable there. I also took off this, had to take off the horn and took off the front top bar, one of the bars. I'm not sure if I'm going to have to take this next one off too. There's two up there, stabilizing arms, and I'm not sure if I need to get under there and take the coil off and the tank in order to raise the motor. Not sure. I'm going to wait and see, because I'd rather not have to do that, but if I have to, I will. So I put a jack underneath the bike with a couple of pieces of wood just to support that front brace that the rubber mounts go to, and I jacked it up a little bit, and I loosened up the bolt, and I'm taking that out. So I'm taking the shaft out on this side, and I already took it out once and cleaned it up. I just put it back in for this video purpose. Cleaned it up. It was quite rusted, so I'm going to grease it when I put it back in. And there's a plate on this side that I'm going to take off yet. And then they say that rubber mount will fall right out. It's the one on the right side that's a problem, so I'll wait and see what I've got to do in order to get that right one out. So, okay everybody, moving on. Okay, back again everyone. I slipped out the left side rubber mount. Looks like it's worn a little. And I've got the drags here, and there's where it slipped out of on the left side of the bike. And I'm going to go over now, and this left side just slipped right out after I took the mounting cap off. So I'm going to clean up that shaft area where the inset, so it cleans up before I put the shaft back in. But now I'm going to go over to the right side and see what I can do to get that one out. Okay everyone, this is a continuation video of removing the front motor mount out of a 2007 Sportster 1200R, the front rubber motor mount. I've got the mount here on the ground, and I've got the Drag Specialties mount next to it. And there's certainly some wear on the other mount that I just took out. It was very hard to get out, so I'm anticipating that it might be hard to get back in, but we'll wait and see. I really had to pry it and use a bunch of different methods in order to get it out, but I finally got it. So, all right, we'll see how this new one goes back in. All right, oh, hang on. Okay, everyone, I got the right side rubber motor mount in. It was tough to get in. I used a carpenter's clamp and pulled the motor over with it all the way over to the left side, and I struggled, but I finally got it in. What was hard to get through there was the steel insert. It just didn't want to fit, so finally I've got it in. So now I'll go on the other side, just slips in, the left side, and I'll follow it up with one or two more shots here. Thank you. Okay, everyone, I got both front rubber motor mounts put in, and I had to pull the motor back over to the right with this clamp, and I hooked up the top arm and I'm going to replace the other arm that goes in there, but I got this side put on, the rubber motor mount with the cap, so I'm ready to put the bolt back through it. Put the other arm, stabilizer arm, on the front. Put the I took the horn off in order to be able to get to the torque nuts. The torque nuts are 45, which is a little unusual, so remember that. So you don't strip them out. I almost stripped one out, thinking that it was a 40. 45 is a little unusual. So, okay, everyone, that's where we're at. Stay with me. Okay, everybody, buttoning up on the final take on this, replacing the front rubber motor mounts on the 2007 1200R Sportster. I got them in. I tightened the bolts down, and I replaced the arms, the lower arm and the upper arm. Put the cover on this side and tightened up the bolts. I just tightened them up about as tight as I could. They say the bolt, you should be able to see 1 to 1.5 threads on the nut here. It's sticking out, so it's about what I got. You know, this right side motor mount came out really hard, and I want to give you a little tip for that. Here's the old ones. If you need to, I beat out this bushing on the inside of this. It's just a pressed fit in there. In order to get this up in there, you can take that bushing out of the new one, and after you get it assembled, put in there, then put that bushing back in. You don't have to really worry about the spacing, because the bolt that goes through and the nut both have spacings on it, and to push that spacer tight in the center, and it's all aligned well, so you can do that if you really need to get that right side rubber bushing motor mount in. Just take that bushing out of the inside, beat it out, it's pressed fit in, and then put it back in when you get it in the bike. After you put the rubber grommet in there, the rubber motor mount. So, okay, everybody, that's it for now. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. And that'll wrap it up for replacing the front rubber motor mounts on a 2007 Harley Davidson Sportster 1200R. Would be the same probably from 2004 Sportsters up till I'm not sure when. So, okay everyone, thanks for watching. Bye now.